Okay, I'm live. This is my first YouTube video. So this is testing to see if my computer actually works for this. But hi everyone, and I learned some 1992 Sichos of the Rebbe this morning after Minyan, and I was just gonna go over some thoughts and some questions that I had that sparked some questions that came up after I learned the Sichos. Okay, so we can ask, how do the events of the past connect to the present day? So when we study something in the past in the Torah, or a story of the past, we bring it to the present day. It's almost like a wormhole. And honestly, I don't know that much about the wormhole theories and the physics behind it, but it's to connect 2 points in time through this wormhole. So it's almost like when we study the events of the past, we're bringing them into the present day and connecting these 2 points in time. So it also says you have to remember how God took you out of Egypt and the Exodus from Egypt all the days of your life. So some could say that by reliving this and going over it, we're kind of trapped in the story of the Exodus for Egypt and slaves in Egypt. That we have to remember the story of the slavery in Egypt and how God took us out of Egypt all the days of our life with the Exodus. But I'm going to get into more about that a little bit later, about how we're more than just our name, we're more than just our story. If we just believe and act that the redemption is actually here, it will be so. So the Rebbe actually said that the buttons are already polished, the redemption is here, and Mashiach is here, and all we have to do is believe and have that thought in our head that it's actually here, and act and behave, and it's here. We could see it. It's a truth. It's something that's evident, and we could be positive that the redemption is here, and we're no longer in exile, and we no longer have to live in exile. That oneness consciousness, that the wholeness and the oneness consciousness to bring together all the nations of the earth, and have that we're living in the Geula. Let's see. Studying, and so all we have to do is believe, and the belief itself will manifest in the reality. So studying a Parsha of Torah brings that event into the present moment. So as I said before, that studying a Parsha of Torah might happen 2,000, 5,000 years ago in time, but it brings that event to the present moment, that all of creation is happening at the same time. I don't know, Interstellar was the movie or something. It had the scene of the wormhole, and all of time continuum is happening at the same time. The Hashem is creating the world every second, every moment. He's creating. All of creation is happening at the same time, and so when studying Torah, we strive to understand it completely with all the details deeply expounded upon. So when we go and study a Parsha in Torah, we look at all the different details and ramifications and all the different ideas and thoughts and that I was studying Tanya today, the Chachma, Bina, and Dot, and how the thought just comes, and you have this thought, and in that thought, which is just a dot, you have the length and the breadth, and the whole idea is there. When the first thought comes to the seminal thought, that point of thought comes to the brain, and then then as you reason it out, you talk about it, you think about it, and it becomes into uh, from chachma to bina, and then dot is the action, actually putting it, you know, into your body and living it and becoming a truth for you and becoming clothed in that thought and in that idea. So it's almost like Tanya is studying. I studied medicine, and now I'm studying the science of the soul, the character refinement, and the structure and function of how the human soul works, the body and soul works, and the mind, and all the sephiros, the 10 spheros, and which is very interesting. How this wisdom. I'm just getting into it. I'm just a novice at this, but I have a lot more to learn. But it's very interesting, and having been in the scientific secular background most of my life, studying Torah is like a whole new world, and it's very interesting. And anyway, so what else was I going to say here? Okay, how do the events of the past connect to the present day? So I said about that. I talked about that, and going above the story. So you might say, like, this person is connected to this parsha. Like you're born on a certain day, and the parsha according to that day, the Torah portion according to that day is your story in the Torah. But you're more than just that parsha. You're actually the whole Torah in itself. Like every parsha is your parsha, and you're more than that. You're infinite, and so you're not trapped in a story, or in even your name. Some people say, well, my name is Yaakov or Jacob. So I have characteristics that link me to Jacob, or that somehow my soul is connected to Jacob's soul, or Yaakov's soul, or Israel's soul. But we're more than that. You're more than just your name, and you don't have to be like, I don't want to say this word. You're more than just your name. You don't have to. You do not have to be a victim of your story. That Hashem constantly creates miracles. I've witnessed it in my life. He constantly creates miracles for us personally, takes a personal interest in us. And the miracles happen might be through the people around you, which people might question, is this a real miracle if people around you? But I see it as manifest miracles, and he takes a personal interest in my life. Hashem created the world for me. That's how I feel, and that the world was created for me, and every day is just a blessing. And so you're more than just your name. You're not a victim of your story. God personally works miracles in people's lives all the time, and all we have to do is be aware and witness these miracles. The awareness, sometimes we run on the subconscious, and the subconscious mind takes over, and you're just running on autopilot. Like, you're driving down the street, and all of a sudden you kind of wake up and you realize you're driving, and were you paying attention? So you wake up, the subconscious, and being aware, being awake, being, meditation and breathing helps with that. Becoming aware of the present moment, not letting your subconscious go on autopilot, and being aware of these miracles and witness them, and they happen to the people in your life. I don't know if I can tell this story, but my first date with Batya, I forgot my kippah. I took her out to a Chabad Hanukkah party, Chabad Plantation Hanukkah party. It was first night of Hanukkah last year, and we went to a Chabad Hanukkah party at this person's home, and I forgot my kippah. And my first time I'm out, and I didn't have a kippah on, so I go inside the guy's house, and he lends me a kippah, and he gave me a Yechi kippah. Yechi Adonai Moreinu V'Rabbeinu Hamelech HaMashiach B'Olam Va'ed, a Yechi kippah on the kippah, and it was almost like the guy joked around. Well, that made the date. That's what worked. That kippah. So maybe if I brought my own plain kippah, I wouldn't have worked. But I wore the kippah, and the rest is history. My life has totally changed for getting married. It's like when you're single, it's like the little leagues. When you get married, it's the major leagues. It's like your life changes, and you become whole. It's almost like women don't have to get married. They're whole, complete, but men have to get married for their soul rectification, like the keter, the crown, and the light coming into the crown, and the woman is Eshet Chayil, the light coming into the crown that rectifies the soul, and that a man needs a woman, to be complete, and women don't have that. I guess women, easier for them. They're more adapted being single, but I feel like my whole life has changed for the better, and my life is so much better today. And yeah, if you're watching, I hope you like the Yechi Kippah. Okay, let's see. So we talked about Yetziat Mitzrayim, that we have to remember Yetziat Mitzrayim all the days of our life, and and the wormhole, how it connects the time-space continuum. It connects this time in the past to the present and brings it into the present. And also, all we have to do is polish the buttons. The buttons are already polished. That Mashiach is here, and that the Gula is here. We're no longer in Gullus, and all we have to do is believe and be aware of this, and it'll actually take place. This is actually happening now, as we could see. We've let's see. What else? Gratitude. So I think a lot has to do with gratitude, being grateful, and sometimes I get ideas that this could be a little bit better. I could improve on this and struggle with this, but being grateful for where I'm at today, and happy with my situation, and not try to make my plan, follow Hashem's plan for me, and He will provide for me. He's constantly guiding me, and takes a personal interest in me, and I have a strong faith that He's incredible. He's the awesomeness of this Creator, the Yira and Pachad, the great awe and fear of Hashem, and to ponder the greatness of Hashem, and also in today's Parsha, the Chumash that I read with Rashi at a daily wisdom in Chabad Plantation. I do Chitas, and I've been starting the lessons in Tanya, and also the 1992 Sichos of the Rebbe, which are in Yiddish, but I don't read Yiddish, so it's Hebrew letters in Yiddish, but I have a chavrusa where translated for me into English. So I could read the Yiddish with the Hebrew letters, but I don't understand Yiddish. But I guess it's similar to Hebrew. But anyways, it talked about today the trust in God, and you have that faith and trust, and trust it and believe that you have hope, and something good is going to happen, that you depend on this power, this Creator, and life force, and that you trust in him. And Moses witnessed Egyptian taskmaster beating up a Jewish slave in Egypt, and Moses killed the taskmaster, Egyptian taskmaster, and he realized that the word was out that he had done this act, and he feared, and the fear itself caused Hashem to, if you didn't have this fear then and trusted in Hashem, then everything would have been fine. But because of his fear that something would happen, the word was out and something would happen to him, Pharaoh made a decree that Moses should be put to death. So after seeing the taskmaster beat the Jew, Moses kills the taskmaster, and Moses' fear caused Hashem to make a decree that Pharaoh would kill Moses and punish him with death. So it shows you that we have to trust in Hashem and his plan for us. And, the Gula is here. What else can I say? His confidence, trust in Hashem. And what else? I don't want to, let's see, it's 16 minutes, 16 and a half minutes here. So I don't want to do it too long because I don't want people to get bored. But I don't know if anyone knows about this, that I'm doing a YouTube video, so there's no one watching, and no one's seen it yet. But hopefully if I post it, some people will see it. But I'm just checking out. This is my first time doing a YouTube video, so I'm checking out the how it works here, this studio here. Anyways, this was very enjoyable. As you can see, I have my bicycle and surfboard in the back, my long board, and this is the room I have here. Here's my diplomas on the wall, my Hippocratic Oath and the Barry University diploma. Didn't have room for all the diplomas because the Guadalajara diploma is quite large, and I have all the other diplomas that in storage. Anyways, hopefully this will be one of a few videos that I do, and check out and see how you like it. Anyways, have a good night. Merry Christmas. It's December 25th, 2018. It's 7:32 p.m. on a Tuesday night. I'm going surfing tomorrow. Planning on going surfing tomorrow and Thursday. There's supposed to be better waves on Thursday. And that's it. Life is good. And signing off. Over and out. Bye-bye.